All right. So in the last class, we had started discussing something about critical review of published research. Once again, published research. All right. So what does this mean? Now, whenever you are reading a paper or published paper, you need to know whether or not that is worth reading altogether. Okay. Whether or not, even if you are reading it completely, is it how should I put it? Um, does it have the same weight where it can compete with high class papers, or does it give you enough amount of information about a certain topic that you are reading about? All right. This essentially, whenever you are performing critical review, it will evaluate the strength and weaknesses of an article's ideas and the content of the paper itself. Okay, how well it has been presented, what kind of idea it is talking about, how well it describes that idea, so on and so forth. Okay, it will provide a proper descriptive analysis and interpretation, allowing the reader to assess the value of the article. All right. Now, before you read, now that this is essentially divided in four different parts. Critical review. Okay. First of all, will come what you do before reading the article. Okay. So the first part will be before reading the article. Okay, let us suppose I have published a paper, okay, about some disease or some drug or something, some topic. Okay, and let us suppose you are reading this, you are trying to perform a critical review of this research that I have done, of the paper that I have published. Let us suppose Ankita is doing a critical review. So critical review it is a properly thought out process where you will write your review. Okay, now I'm sure before watching any movies, you know, watch IMDb scores, or you go on this thing. What do you call? There are several websites, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, so on and so forth, which will rate different movies, right? They will review the movie. Yeah, Book My Show hai. On that, you will see a short review of that particular movie. So just by reading the review, you can see whether or not you will relate with that movie, whether or not you would want to watch the movie. The same thing goes for papers as well. Okay, let us suppose you are the reviewer, okay, and you are reading the paper in order to review the paper, okay, to find its worth. All right. Now, before reading the article itself, there are a few things that you need to do. First of all, what expectations are getting developed when you read the title? Is the title clear, and is the title concise? Does it picture a proper painting? ठीक है, इसका मतलब क्या है? एक क्लियर आइडिया दे रहा क्या आपकी टाइटल, what it talks about? ठीक है, and what kind of expectations are you developing after reading that title? ठीक है, because टाइटल में एक बात बोल रहा है, then content में एक और बात बोल रहा है, it'll create disparity, and it'll create unnecessary confusion. So that, then study the subheadings. So before reading the article, going into depth itself, you will be looking at an overall picture of the article. Okay, so study the subheadings and understand the organization of the content. How has it been organized? पहले intro है, उसके बाद body है, उसके बाद conclusion है, discussion include करे नहीं करे, methodology लिखे नहीं लिखे. Read the abstract, ठीक है, especially for the summary, and to understand the author's arguments. ठीक है, what kind of arguments is the author presenting, what does he want to say, how is he justifying his arguments? All right, all of that matters, all of that will be included in the abstract itself. Then study the list of references. Are there any recent references, meaning has this published article taken information from any recently published in articles, wherein you can make sure that agar recent publication से लिए मतलब इनकी information up to date है. Okay, let us suppose the critical review, let us suppose Ankita is doing the critical review of my paper, and if I am only quoting or if I am only referencing papers which are 20-30 years old, it means that I have not included any newer data. ठीक है, any updated data that might have come after that उसको include नहीं करा मैं, so that tells you about the paper itself. ठीक है, does this represent important work in the field itself? ठीक है, so for example, I am doing research on um, psychiatry या neuropharmacology example. ठीक है। तो मैं कोई इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक के बारे में विच इज अकरिंग वेरी कॉमनली, मे बी इट इज अ प्रोग्रेसिव डिजीज विच इज अकरिंग वेरी कॉमनली, और many people are getting affected, things like that, कुछ pressing matter है उसके ऊपर मैं research कर रहा हूँ, या is it about something that is not a current concern. So for example, let us suppose there is a published paper on coronavirus. Anything related to coronavirus that is getting published would automatically make it a little more important, because it is a problem that the world is facing right now. So any information that can be added to the previous information that we already have, any research that is adding information to the previous knowledge that we have, will be very important. So वैसा, and read about the author itself. ठीक है, before reading the article, read about the author. What kind of work have they done इससे पहले, what kind of authority they have in the field. All right. See if other writers have cited this author. ठीक है. So in case I am publishing a paper, let us suppose someone else is publishing their paper in a similar field. Let us suppose I have done research in peptic ulcer disease and someone else cited my paper. Citation का मतलब ये है, let us suppose I did a paper on PUD and Gracie and Girija are doing another paper on PUD, and they read my paper, found my paper helpful in whatever they were looking for, and they will cite my particle in their paper. It means that they will include my paper as a reference for their paper. ठीक है. It means that उन्होंने मेरा पेपर पढ़े, they found some information which was helpful, and they're including, sometimes they might even quote a few things from my paper, and they will include that as a citation in their paper. So I will get one citation by that logic. ठीक है. मेरे पेपर को एक citation मिलता because someone has referenced me. All right. Now, for that matter, let us suppose Pema has published a paper on some topic, and later on Gracie is studying the same paper, okay, or she's doing research on the same topic, and she reads Pema's paper, finds inspiration or finds something useful and helpful and productive, and what she might do is later on when she's publishing her own paper, Gracie will cite Pema's paper. ठीक है. तो you will get citation that way. Okay. आप reference उनका दे रहे हैं. ठीक है. See, I have read this book as well, I have read this paper as well, and I took information from this and I found it helpful in my own research as well. So these are all the things that you do before reading an article. So यहाँ तक अपन पढ़े थे in the last class. Now comes points to consider while reading the article. Points to consider while reading the article. Okay. So here you are getting into the depth of the paper itself. So when you read the article carefully, record your impressions. So take a piece of paper or take a book, some diary or something, take a pen or pencil, something, and as you go about reading the article, write down your thoughts. How is the introduction? Opura, I'll tell you what all you will need to write. So the specific sections that you will be looking for. So first of all, who is the audience? ठीक है. आप जो पेपर पढ़ रहे हैं, who is the audience which this paper is targeting towards. ठीक है. Is it towards a very high class specific niche? इसका मतलब क्या है? Let us suppose it is a very uh, in-depth review of maybe some disease. Let us suppose it is an in-depth review of Alzheimer's disease, about one drug that is being used in Alzheimer's disease, and maybe a new drug that is coming out and that can be helpful in Alzheimer's disease. So this is a very specific niche, in the sense that it will only be applicable, it will be applicable to other people as well, but this information can mostly be used by people who are neuropsychiatrists. It can be used by neurologists. ठीक है. People who are specifically doing research in Alzheimer's disease, or people who specifically deal with Alzheimer's disease. ठीक है. दूसरे लोगों को उतना इफेक्ट नहीं होता. Whereas, let us suppose it is about a research paper on common cold. ठीक है. That is much more common. Okay, as the name suggests, a little bit ironic, but essentially it is affecting many more people. If there is research on influenza, for example, if there is research on dengue or malaria, this affects a much more wider population. तो आपकी audience भी बहुत बढ़ जाती. तो in this scenario, आपका research जो बोल रहा paper, that also needs to be at a level where it is understandable by others as well. Okay. So the first question you need to ask whenever you're reading an article is that who is the targeted audience. You will be able to understand as soon as you read it. Okay. Sometimes it will directly mention that this article is targeted towards this audience. Most of the times they will not mention it as such, but you will understand as you keep on reading the paper. Okay. Because there will be a lot of background information that you need to know before reading the paper itself. If it is for a very specific niche, for example, it is about a drug that works in Alzheimer's disease. Now, the author of that paper will think that the reader already knows about Alzheimer's disease. They know about the treatment pattern of Alzheimer's disease, and they know this drug does this, and they will have this side effects. And maybe this new drug is slightly better in certain ways. तो ये पूरा बैकग्राउंड इन्फॉर्मेशन रीडर के पास ऑलरेडी है बोल के योर ऑथर माइट अज्यूम इट. ठीक है. वेयर एज इफ आई एम पब्लिशिंग अ पेपर अबाउट मलेरिया फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इट कैन ऑल्सो बी वेरी स्पेसिफिक, बट लेट सपोज आई एम पब्लिशिंग अ पेपर अबाउट preventive measures for malaria. Okay, maybe things that people can do to prevent malaria and all. Now that will not require a lot of prior knowledge, not a lot, at least not a lot of scientific knowledge, and you will dumb it down a lot, you will simplify it a lot. Okay, things like that. Who is the targeted audience, then what is the purpose of the author, are the important terms being defined, ये भी क्वेश्चन आप लिखते हैं. सो यू विल स्टार्ट राइटिंग डाउन इन योर डायरी ऑन योर पेपर. ऑडियंस कौन सी ऑडियंस के तरफ टारगेटेड है ये, what is the purpose of writing the paper for the author, are the important terms I defined. So essentially what happens is generally in the abstract itself, just below the abstract, you will see in several papers keywords बोल के लिखे हुए रहते हैं. Those are important terms. Sometimes later on important terms will be terminologies and important terms will be likhte. Are they being defined? Okay. So you will know this article is specifically targeting, or this article specifically revolves around this terms or this terminology. Okay. Then is the information in the article any is it fact or opinion? So the main difference is that opinions arise from the interpretation of fact. Once you have a fact, let us suppose there is a fact that apples are red. ठीक है. There is a fact that apples are red. Opinion क्या रह सकता, क्या बोलते हैं, I have an opinion that I don't like the color red, and hence I don't like apples, or I don't like apples because they are red in color. I may like green apples. You get the point, right? There is a fact and there is an opinion. An opinion is based on the fact. Okay. So you need to know whether the information on the paper is opinion or fact. Okay. Whether the author is explaining an opinion, the opinion that they have, or are they describing a fact, a scientific fact that is going on. Okay. It might be new or it might be old, whatever it is. Okay. Is the information well researched. ठीक है. अगर जो ऑथर अपनी पब्लिश कर रहे पेपर, is that information properly researched? If they are doing a research paper or if they are doing a review paper as well, has there been a lot of research that has gone into it? ठीक है. Then what are the central conclusions or arguments of this thing? Are they clearly stated? Is the author properly defending his arguments, his or her arguments? If they are providing any evidence, does that evidence and analysis properly support whatever they are telling? Okay. In the sense that, let us suppose I as a author tell that paracetamol is not a good drug for patients with hepatotoxicity. Let us suppose I'm coming up and telling in my research paper, I'm publishing that patients who have hepatic failure or patients who have some problem in their liver, they should generally not be prescribed paracetamol. Okay. Now to make that statement, am I backing it up with any evidence? वो देखना पड़ता है आपको पेपर में. ठीक है. Uh, and things like that. I'm only giving you an example. You can have several such things. Whatever the author is telling, are they backing it up with proper evidence and analysis? Okay, with their research, whatever they have done. Okay. If the article reports any experiment or study, is the methodology of that experiment or that research been clearly outlined? ठीक है. उसके रिजल्ट्स क्लियरली बता रहे नहीं बता रहे. ठीक है. उसको क्लियरली एक्सप्लेन कर रहे नहीं कर रहे. Is the article in lacking information in any sort? So sometimes what happens is you will see gap in information. So the author might forget to write it up, but thinking that the reader might already have that information, or they simply do not include that information. That will create lack of information in certain areas. Okay? Especially in areas that you expected to find it. Maybe you were expecting that थोड़ा और description रहता about a certain matter, but it was not provided in the article. You will write that down as well. Okay? Is the organization of the article logical, in the sense that whatever paper you are reading, is it going in an organized manner, in the sense that pehle abstract aa raha, then introduction aa raha, then you article is talking about the methods involved, methodology, and the results that they have got, what they analyzed from the results that they got, discussion aa raha, is a proper logical order mein hai, or is it haphazard? ठीक है, and is it easy to follow the organization? Because एक के succession में एक आता, ठीक है, if it is not organized properly, you will not be able to understand the content of the paper. ठीक है, does the writer style, this is very important, does the writer style suit the intended audience? Because as I told you, if it is for a very specific niche, ठीक है, they will not mind going into a lot of scientific detail, where a lot of terms and terminologies will not be understood by a lot of people. If it is very very complicated, ठीक है, it is not necessary that if it has to be complicated to be good. Okay, you can have a paper that is published in a simple manner, which has good content and it is understandable by several people. You do not need to unnecessarily complicate things. But sometimes some papers will be meant for, how should I put it? Okay, so let me put it this way. Now, आप लोगों को, you are doing your graduation,
Sabi
right?
niya, maganda.
Yeah, Rishika, do you have a doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, your microphone was on, you saying something. If you have doubts, please feel free to stop me and ask. I don't mind. You can put it in the chat as well. So as I was telling you, so you guys are at a level of graduation, right? So graduation के बाद post graduation आता, उसके बाद PhD आता. Now that is not the end of academia. Okay, after PhD comes postdoctorate, and after postdoctorate comes fellowship. Okay, so that is a much more higher stage of learning. So wherever you see published papers, most of them are targeted for people which are around PhD or lower than PhD. You will sometimes find papers which are targeted to a much higher audience. So postdoctoral fellows या fellows के लिए रहता वो, ठीक है. This paper will have to be complicated, ठीक है. The author itself is relying on the idea that जो background information है वो reader को already मालूम है, ठीक है. From the title itself they will go into a very specific depth. Let us suppose they are talking about the efficacy of a certain drug, or they are talking about the response of a particular receptor in two different genotypic people. Let us suppose they are comparing people from India and they are comparing people from Africa, ठीक है, and they are seeing the difference in receptors in these two people. तो ये रिसर्च पढ़ने से पहले you need to know the that what that receptor is, what its normal function is, and you need to know how receptors work. You need to know what kind of drugs or what kind of substances will affect the function of that receptor. वो पूरा background information आपको रहना पड़ता, ठीक है. So it is targeted to a different kind of audience, ठीक है. In that scenario it will become complicated, invariably it will become complicated, but it is meant for a certain audience, it is not meant for everyone. I mean, others can also read it, but it will take time for them to understand. Whereas for people who are already in that research, it will be easier for them to understand things like that. ठीक है, तो वो भी लिखना पड़ता है आपको. Does the writer's style suit the intended audience, or is it unnecessarily complicated? ठीक है, depending that is why the intention of the author is very important. कौन सी audience को target कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. Because आप जो audience को target कर रहे हैं उनके हिसाब से लिखना पड़ता है. You cannot just write a paper as is, right? Then is the author's language objective, okay, in the sense that whatever research they find, see, generally what happens is, whenever a researcher comes out with a thesis statement and later on they do their research, sometimes that research can be proved, or in the sense the thesis statement can be proved, sometimes it cannot be. And sometimes what happens is the research goes on for so long, maybe years together, maybe decades together, that the research will become emotionally inclined towards that particular research, because the researcher will become emotionally inclined towards that research, and they might not see things objectively. So in the paper that they are publishing about the research that they are doing, they might not be objective sometimes, okay, and they might be biased towards whatever they want, they might be partial to the results that they want to see. So whatever research that you are reading, you have to write down whether or not the language that they are using is objective, or is it emotional and biased. Okay, that is also very important. And another thing, if the author is mentioning charts, graph, any illustration, any diagrams, whatever it might be, that is being represented in the paper, is it representing the information that the author is giving very accurately, ठीक है, clearly, effectively, बता रहा नहीं बता रहे? Because the purpose of using charts, illustration and graph is to summarize information and is to give information in a much more how should I put it, concise manner, ठीक है? आप एक बार ग्राफ देखे तो आपको क्लियरली समझ में आ जाना what is this data representing, ठीक है? So is that being provided in the paper, and how well is the graph or that illustration representing the content of the paper? So all of this you will write down on a piece of paper, आप बाजू diary लेके या piece of paper लेके you will write this down about the paper. So you are essentially going into depth in the review of the paper, ठीक है, answering all of these questions. Then finally you start writing your research review, ठीक है? So writing research review, ठीक है? Here you are starting with a draft. So essentially you'll prepare an outline, prepare one second, prepare an outline, ठीक है? Now outline में क्या है? First of all you will read all of your notes, whatever notes you wrote down while reading the paper, whatever you found, ठीक है? You'll read all of that notes. From that you will choose a statement that expresses the central purpose of your thesis, ठीक है? You know, of your review, उसका central purpose क्या है? जो आपका रिव्यू का मेन स्टेटमेंट रहेगा, आप उसको आउटलाइन करेंगे एंड यू विल यू नो एलिमिनेट ऑल अदर नोट्स, ठीक है? बिकॉज जो सेंट्रल प्रेमिस है, सेंट्रल पर्पस है, वही इंपॉर्टेंट है. एनीथिंग एल्स इज इररेलेवेंट एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, ठीक है? Then what you will do is you will organize the remaining points. So you will organize it into a different group. So based on the structure, based on style, based on argument जो है, क्या क्या researcher जो बोल रहे वो पेपर में, based on that you will divide your own review, ठीक है? Okay, the researcher used this style, the researcher had this structure. So points about structure, how well was it structured, points about style, क्या 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 स्टाइल से बोले थे, was it intended, was it clearly represented for the intended audience, if they are making any arguments, points about that arguments, in the sense that is the researcher properly justifying their arguments, have they provided enough evidence for their arguments, या ऐसा ही हवा में बात कर रहे हैं, वो पूरा पॉइंट्स आप लिखेंगे, ठीक है? At the end of it what you will do is you will write the first draft. After preparing an outline you will write the draft. Now draft may you will begin writing the review of the draft itself by complete citation of that paper, ठीक है? Citation कैसा करते हैं? For example, I will tell you, see there are several ways of citing a paper, but people from scientific background like you and I, we will use the APA format, ठीक है? APA format में American Psychiatric Association के है उसका full form. They are there is MLS, there is APA, there are 3, 4, 5 different types of ways of citing. In the sense that आप एक paper को कैसा लिखेंगे. So once I give you an example, it will be easier. So for example, let us suppose there is a paper like this. Platt, Kevin, F. History and despotism. Or Hayden White versus Ivan the Terrible and Peter the Great. Are you thinking history? 3 1999 247 to 269. Okay, this is one way of citing the paper. इसका मतलब क्या है ये आप clearly अब देखो. So Platt Kevin MF is the name of the author of that paper, ठीक है? जो पेपर पब्लिश करे उनका नाम पहले आता, Platt Kevin MF. Then the name of the paper or the title of the paper, History and Despotism or Hayden White versus Ivan the Terrible and Peter the Great. This is the title of the paper itself. So first the name of the author, then the title of the paper, देन जो जर्नल आता, जनरली रीथिंकिंग हिस्ट्री इज द नेम ऑफ द जर्नल, ठीक है। वो जर्नल में थर्ड एडिशन, ठीक है, थ्री थ्री, थर्ड एडिशन में, थर्ड वो पर्टिकुलर ईयर में थर्ड एडिशन पे थर्ड वैसा आता इन 1999। तो 1999 के थर्ड एडिशन में ऑफ रीथिंकिंग पेपर में ये पेपर पब्लिश हुआ था इन बिटवीन द पेजेस ऑफ 247 टू 269, ठीक है। दैट इज हाउ एपीए फॉर्मेट ऑफ साइटेशन अकर्स, ठीक है। आई रिपीट वंस अगेन, नेम ऑफ द, ये ऑथर का नाम आ गया, ठीक है। दिस इज द नेम ऑफ द ऑथर, ओडिया, द ऑथर, दिस इज द टाइटल ऑफ द पेपर, ठीक है। दिस इज द नेम ऑफ द जर्नल इन विच इट वाज पब्लिश्ड, ठीक है। दिस इज द एडिशन, ठीक है, ईयर ऑफ द पब्लिकेशन, देन द पेज नंबर्स, कौन से पेज से कौन से पेज तक ये पेपर पब्लिश्ड है, ठीक है। नाउ you as scientific people or specifically people who are of hard sciences, आप ये format follow करेंगे whenever you cite a paper. Let us suppose you are citing a paper, Girija published, the name of the paper is treatment of, let us suppose treatment of malaria, example, treatment of malaria is the paper that she published in a journal named Science, whatever it is, ठीक है, कोई एक जर्नल में पब्लिश करे वो लोग। तो आप कैसा इसको लिखेंगे बोले तो इट विल बी गिरिजा's full name, so surname, then Girija, then in you know the title, double inverted commas में the title of the paper, then the name of the this thing क्या बोलते हैं, journal, the edition of the journal, the year it was published, and the papers, कौन से पेज नंबर से कौन से पेज नंबर तक ये पेपर पब्लिश हुआ, ठीक है। how many pages does it occupy, all of that will be written. So the first draft that you are writing will start off with this, पहले आप citation लिखते, ठीक है। you will use the same bibliographic citation ऑल थ्रू आउट, आप जहां पर भी रिव्यू यूज कर रहे हैं, दिस इज द सेम फॉर्मेट दैट यू यूज, ठीक है। जब भी आप अपनी थीसिस भी लिखेंगे, नाउ दिस ईयर यू विल हैव थीसिस टू बी रिटन, राइट, सो यू विल जनरली फॉलो दिस फॉर्मेट, ऑल राइट। whenever you are citing any research, citations जब आप इंक्लूड करेंगे, दिस इज द फॉर्मेट दैट यू विल बी राइटिंग, ठीक है। नाउ इसमें आप कैसा स्टार्ट करेंगे, फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ द थीसिस, ठीक है। यू विल राइट ऑथर्स पर्पस ऑफ राइटिंग द आर्टिकल, दिस इज द प्रॉपर, आप फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट बना रहे हैं एंड यू आर राइटिंग what you about the review itself, ठीक है। You write the statement of your thesis, then in this scenario the thesis will be your review, ठीक है। The author's purpose of writing the article, then you comment on how the article relates to other work on the same subject, ठीक है। Is it relevant, is it irrelevant, does it coincide with other research or not, is it completely different from other research, आपके क्या thoughts है, and you will write a little bit about the author's reputation as well, ठीक है। This will be very brief, first para है ना, introduction क्या जा रहा था। Then in the body of the review you will write the arguments, ठीक है, your arguments in support of the thesis, or maybe you are supporting the thesis, you might be arguing against the thesis, whatever it might be. Maybe after reviewing the paper you are supporting the idea, maybe after reading the thesis you are not supporting the idea, you are against the idea, जो भी है आप वो body of the review में लिखेंगे। Then जो आउटलाइन में आप लिखे थे वो पूरा इंक्लूड करेंगे, यू फॉलो द आइडियाज मैप्ड आउट इन योर आउटलाइन एंड इंक्लूड द कोटेशंस फ्रॉम द आर्टिकल इटसेल्फ। सो यू विल लिटरली राइट हियर द ऑथर रोट दिस एंड दे एक्सप्लेन्ड इट इन दिस वे एंड इट वाज वेरी नाइस और वेरी बैड, और इट डिड नॉट इन द सेंस दैट वेरी नाइस वेरी बैड, या बोलने का मतलब ये है वट एवर एविडेंस दे प्रेजेंटेड that either explained whatever they told or it did not explain whatever they told, आपका review whatever you think about that, ठीक है। the is it illustrating the main idea properly or not, ठीक है। Then you will write the concluding para mein you will summarize your review, and finally after summarizing the review you will restart the thesis mein essentially aap kya kar rahe hain, you are revising the first draft. Here you have only written the first draft, up in introduction, body of the review and conclusion jo likhe, that is only the first draft. You will leave it be for like, you let it be for 1 or 2 days, and after that you revise, revisit it again, so that you can gain a new perspective of whatever you have written, okay। Whenever you write anything, may it be creative or whatever it is, generally write the first draft and let it be for a little while, so that later on you can get inspiration after reading it again with a fresh mind or with a new perspective. The main things that you will check for are grammar and punctuation. You will check for the organization of the review. You will check for logical development, आप clear logical order में जा रहे नहीं जा रहे, आप support कर रहे हैं, जो भी बोल रहे हो आपकी thesis को support कर रहे नहीं कर रहे, and you will check for any errors in quotations and references. Okay, because that can be very bad. You have to make sure that anything that you are quoting are quoted properly. Okay, any references that you are quoting, any citations that you are quoting, they need to be proper. Okay, so that is about critical review of published research. There is one last topic left in this chapter, which is utilization of research. We'll continue that along with sampling tomorrow. All right, a very small topic left, utilization of research.